Um, I just thought I'd do a little video about what I plan to do over the next couple of months. This is one of my oldest guppies. I saved him from my Siamese fighting fish, and this is my oldest fry. He's got two brothers in the other tank. There was 3 of them I saved, and they've got quite pretty tails. And looking at him and my old guy who's in here, he's way over 2 now. I'm thinking about doing a retirement tank for my guppies. For my older guppies, there's another one, it's quite old. You know, there's only a month between the 2 of them. So I'd like to be able to put them in a tank. I've got 5 of my boys in my 3.5 gallon to give them a bit of a rest, but you know, they find it difficult to swim. I don't know where old guy is in here. He's right in the middle. I'm not sure if you can see him, but he waddles about in the middle, a bit over lit, but you see how difficult it is for him to swim, and that's old age. I mean, I have had guppies that lived for 4 years, but they don't usually look very good. I've got another older guppy in here somewhere, and they just look depressed. You know, it's very, very difficult. So I've got a spare 10-gallon tank. I'm thinking about putting a under gravel filter in it, heavily plant it, because older guppies, they really do need plenty of places where they can rest. They like to rest on leaves and, you know, things that keep them off the dirty gravel. The best thing I've found for the older guppies actually is leaf. They do seem to like sitting on those, so that would be a good idea. I need to get a stand to put 2 10-gallon tanks on, so if anybody's got any ideas of where I can get a good stand to take 2 10-gallon tanks, I'd be most grateful. Yeah, see, poor old guy, he could really do with going in another tank. I mean, he eats, and they do leave him alone. It's like they know they should leave him alone, but I just don't like seeing him waddle along. I'm in a different tank. So, gosh, I've just seen one of my shrimp. He's huge at the back. And so I'd like to get that tank up and going as soon as I can, and I can put the old boys I've got in the other tank in there and leave this tank for the young ones. I do have some of the medicated fish food left, so if anybody's in need of some, I've got enough to probably give away 2 or 3 packs to anybody that lives in America. I can't send it overseas, so if you'd like to try it, we could work out some way that I could post it to you. It's not going to cost very much, probably a small envelope. So I found that my fish ate it fine, and as I say, I used it as a precaution. I had a few guppies that were quite thin, but I do believe that it was their age, being quite old, they were having to fight the young ones for food, so I think that was more of the problem I had. I've now, as I say, put the boys in the other tank, and they're quite fattening up. I've only got one that spends a lot of day resting. The rest of them are back to normal, so getting nice round bellies again. As I say, so I'm quite happy to pass that along for people to try. Well, not personally, they're fish to try. It does smell nice, but there you go. It is for internal parasites, so I'll say it's nice if we can pass a few little things around and see if it's worth buying, if it will do what we need. So anyways, if anybody's got any idea of what kind of stand I could get to put 2 10-gallon tanks on, I would like to make a really nice retirement home for my older fish. And then probably, well, I have another 10-15 babies coming on. I added a few, I don't know if you can see them, little tiny babies the other week. Hopefully they are all male. I believe they are, but yes. So before I start to ramble, here you go. I do have some quite nice new fish, some nice different colours. I mean, this is also another older fish I've got. It's quite sad that they're all getting quite old now. You know, they kind of seem to spend a lot of their evening just in the same place. But it's very, very sad. I watched this fish being born, and I watched him fly around and around the tank getting away from Sapphire, and you know, it's very sad now to know that he's an old boy.